Hello, this is Cara-Michele Nether with Strength and Vitality Wellness Center. Welcome back to the second part of our 5-minute joint and back pain elimination video series. So in the first part, we talked about why we are having pain, and we talked about the important role that inflammation plays in all of this. That's the origin of pain, is inflammation in the body. No matter what kind of pain or discomfort you're having, inflammation is playing a huge role in that. So we talked about, what kinds of things cause inflammation, and then why we have to really pay attention to it because it can turn into bigger issues. And today we're going to talk about what you can do to help reduce your pain by reducing inflammation in your body. We're going to give you 6. I told you can take care of this in 3 simple steps. I'm going to give you 6 steps, and you can pick the 3 that you want to start off with. Maybe eventually get to the other 6. Okay, so I'm going to give you a list of 6 things that you can do to relieve any kind of excess chronic inflammation in your body. And you can just start off with 3 of them, though. You can pick the 3 that you feel like you can engage with easily and quickly out of the 6, and then maybe come to the other 4, 5, or 6 later on. So we just need 3. So the first one is to reduce your carbohydrates. Now I know you've heard this before about losing weight or those kind of things, but also lots of carbohydrates throw your blood sugar off. And remember, we mentioned blood sugar as one of the triggers to it causing a lot of inflammation in your body. So if we're able to stabilize our blood sugar, meaning that you eat something and it lasts you for a good 4 to 6 hours throughout the day before you start to feel like you're getting the shakes and all of that kind of thing. A lot of times people's blood sugar will dip and they feel anxious and nervous and irritable, and they get the shakes and they feel like they just need to sleep. That's because their blood sugar is really dipped quite a bit. They call this hangry, right? They get hungry and angry all at the same time. So if we can stabilize our blood sugar by reducing the carbohydrates so we don't have this fluctuation in your blood sugar, that's one of the greatest things that you can do to reduce inflammation in your body. I guarantee you, if you give this a solid 2 to 3 weeks, you're going to notice dramatic differences in the amount of pain that you have. Plus, it'll really help a lot of other things. People say they have more energy, they feel like they sleep better, they have more energy in the afternoon, their sex life feels a lot better. All kinds of things will change when your blood sugar is stable, as well as one of the big ticket items that we're looking at now is that, this inflammation. So it'll greatly reduce your pain. All right, so the second thing that you can do is try acupuncture. Acupuncture has been around for 5,000 years. It's used all over the world. You get these little hair-thin little needles. They put them in a couple places in your body, and it greatly reduces pain. I treat pain issues every single day in my office. On the days that I treat clients, I just see pain issues, people left and right, and they're really surprised. Sometimes after the first 2, 3, 4 treatments, they're 50% less pain. They didn't have to have surgery, and they didn't have to use any medication. So if you can pair up reducing your carbohydrates along with have some acupuncture treatment, fantastic. The third most important thing that I think you can do is to use some natural anti-inflammatory whole food supplements. And so what do I mean by whole foods? I'm not talking about the store. I'm talking about supplements that are actually made from food versus a synthetic chemical, that's very much like medication. So we want to use something your body already knows what to do with, and that's food. So you want a whole food supplement and something that's going to reduce inflammation. So you could use boswellia, you could use turmeric, you could use cod liver oil or fish oil for those good omega-3s. So those 3 things right there are going to greatly reduce your inflammation. This is the combination I use all the time in my practice, and that's why people really love coming in. So you can do this on your own also. You can start to exercise. So sometimes people say, well, I'm in pain, how can I exercise? So you don't have to jump up and down on a trampoline and really damage your knee more, or lift heavy weights and hurt your back or your shoulder anymore. But you want to start stretching and just moving that joint around a bit. So just walking is tremendous exercise for those who are dealing with low back or knee pain or shoulder pain, that kind of thing. Maybe get a handful of stretches that are really good for the low back, but you want to ease your way in. So if you're in pain now, we don't want to exacerbate and cause more pain. We just want to start to get a good blood flow to the area, start to loosen up those tight muscles. That'll happen when there's inflammation. The body's trying to protect itself. So I would look at exercise as your fourth tip for reducing inflammation and pain in your body. How about using our infrared sauna? This is tip number 5, using the infrared sauna. Super comfortable, very relaxing. You hop into the little box and it's got infrared rays that are penetrating your skin and healing inflammation in the body from the inside out. Really warms you up on the inside. It's very different from a steam sauna where the air can be very thick and heavy, sometimes hard to breathe in. But this is a dry sauna. The infrared rays come out of the panels. There's no moisture to it, and it actually penetrates your skin and heals the tissue from the inside out. So using the infrared sauna is not only easy and simple to use, but it's super effective for any kind of joint pain because it is going to reduce the inflammation there, and it's very relaxing. And that takes me to tip number 6, is reduce your emotional stress. We're all managing so many different things in our everyday life. Children and spouses and work and parents and church and social activities, all kinds of stuff's going on. Sometimes the stress is not negative things, but sometimes it's really good stuff, but it's still stress and we're just dealing with so much. So sometimes if you're dealing with a lot of pain, it's useful to go back and take a look. How can I take a few things off my plate so that I'm not rushing and pushing so hard, getting my nervous system up and causing more inflammation in my body, getting those, when you're rushing and nervous and afraid and pushing and running and all of that, get a lot of cortisol, which is a stress hormone, and that can produce a lot of inflammation in the body. This long-term chronic inflammation that we don't want to have there.